Tell the world that he is gay.
For all that, actor James Nesbitt, he's at the moment in New Zealand filming the new Hobbit film, but before he left, he came in to have a chat with Eamon and I and tell us about his new role, and this as the brilliant brain surgeon Gabriel Monroe.
Why are all brain surgeons brilliant?
Because they just are.
Yes,
This is in the title, isn't it?
One slip is death. Here we go.
Here she is. Alison, hello. You look suitably relaxed.
Belle and Sebastian.
I know. If you'd gone private, we'd have them here singing it in person. Shepherd here is going to send you to sleep with propofol, possibly from his own personal supply. Then he's going to bring you round so you can talk to us during the operation.
Yes.
Are you feeling all right about that?
Not really.
Good answer.
Who is Monroe? What makes him tick?
Well, he's as a neurosurgeon, he's a rather brilliant neurosurgeon, as I think all of them are, especially the ones I met. He's very good at opening up other people's heads and having a look into their brain, which contains their humanity, but he's not so good, I think, at looking at his own brain and what makes him
So
tick.
there's a flaw there.
Well, I think he's certainly flawed, and I think most of them are, in a sense, you know, because the responsibility they have, you know, they're holding on a daily basis people's lives, but they're even holding this organ, you know, that contains people's humanities. So I think you have to be sort of slightly on the edge to be able to do that on a daily basis because, you know, often things go wrong. I mean, such is the fragile nature of the brain and so complex is it that, you know, just one little snip and you may wreck someone. That's the terminology they use. They always talk about wrecking someone. So he is brilliant. He's rather arrogant, I think, as again you have to be. He has a very good relationship with his patients, maybe not with his family. His home is the hospital, which I think has an impact then on his own home life. So he's complicated, but what I think defines him, and certainly the neurosurgeons I met, is that they have a very special understanding of humanity, and they really want to try and give people an extension on their lives.
But you worked with one surgeon in particular, a neurosurgeon who's kind of come in to advise on the show.
Yeah,
is it the Leeds?
In Leeds, you had Philip Van Hille, a South African neurosurgeon, and then I also worked with his young registrar, a guy Roddy from our neck of the woods, he's from Marafelt. Very foul-mouthed, extraordinary man.
It's unusual, an Irishman.
But you know, they're incredible, and I watched operations. I saw 3 or 4. I saw one with Henry Marsh, another very eminent neurosurgeon, in London, and at one point, you know, and I saw the brutality of getting into the brain, you know. I mean, I've seen the incision, I've seen the drill going in, bits of skull dust.
How were you with that?
Yeah,
I was grand. I mean, you don't really know what you're going to be like until you see it. And I was fine, I was fascinated by it. But when they kind of tear it all apart, then they cut through the dura, and then revealed is this amazing, beautiful, sort of pulsing organ. It was very like, you know, the pictures of the Earth that were first beamed down from outer space. It reminded me of that.
Yes.
You know, Henry at one point, when they'd cut this guy's brain up and had a tumour, he said, look, see that? And he just pointed to it as close as I am to that glass. And he said, that's thought. Wow. And so it's amazing.
Gosh, well explained, well explained. Well,
seeing...
less gory. Here is Monroe doing what he does.
Dr. Mullery, you appear to be wearing my clogs.
Sorry about that. I thought you wouldn't be wearing them the only pair that fit me.
They're my lucky clogs. I don't like anybody else to be wearing them.
Dr. Mallory, leave the clogs on your feet.
I'd hate to do anything to upset anybody.
You just have, Dr. Mallory.
I remember seeing a brain surgeon, and it was the noise. It was kind of drills and hammers, and you think something so delicate would be precision tools.
Well, what's interesting about that, though, is it shows you how well it is protected. That you have to, you know, that you do need saws and you do need drills to get through it. But also, I mean, certainly what it taught me is just, and it's sort of cliche to say it, but just how fleeting life can be.
So we'll see this in March. In fact,
yes.
when you see this, it will be March, and you
won't be here.
You won't be here. You'll be in New Zealand.
I am. Well, I'm hoping they haven't fired me. I am. Yes, I should be well into shooting The Hobbit. So you know, I'm about to go there for a year, really.
Who are you in The Hobbit? Are you The Hobbit?
No, that's Martin Freeman.
Oh, right, yes.
And I am Beaufort, one of the dwarfs. So, you know, been working for 25 years. He's I don't know a lot about him, but apparently he likes mince pies, playing the clarinet and cheese, I think. So that's my character.
Yeah.
Dom.
Now that is amazing. That's an incredible role professionally, but also, as Ruth was saying, from a lifestyle point of view, that affects the whole family, doesn't it?
Ah, why? We're, you know, I've known about it for a while, so in a way I haven't really been able, but because of Monroe, I haven't really been able to consider it. But of course, it's a big impact on my daughters, particularly. You know, we're moving for a year, and they're 13 and 8, and so that's a huge move for them. And where we are at the minute, they've come round to it a bit, but there was heartache.
Do you feel you're in a really good place now?
Look, I've been in a, you know, when you go, I've left drama school 22 years ago, and when you're at drama school, you hope you leave and you get work. I was fortunate to do that, and then you hope that the work continues, and you hope you're challenged by it, and then you get to a place where, having just finished Monroe, you know, saying Pete Bowker's words is my favourite thing, to have the privilege of witnessing brain operations, seeing how the brain works. You know, all these are amazing things. That felt like a pinnacle of sorts. And now I get the opportunity to go and be in a big film on the other side of the world with my family. For the first time ever since they were born, coming home to the girls every night, to my daughters. You know, I haven't had that. And so I'm remarkably blessed.
The first one is December 2012,
right,
followed by the next one is December 2013.
I know, so it goes on, because I have to go back, you see, and I mean, I hope to do more Monroe, if people watch it, and so I hope to come back from New Zealand and do a bit of Monroe, and then I've got to go back out myself out there.
Well, listen, it's good to see you, and have a fabulous time. Your daughters won't hate you forever.
Oh no, they'll be grand. They'll have a great time.
And we look forward to seeing Monroe and The Hobbit.
Thanks very much,
James.
Thank you, James.
Yeah, and you can see James in Monroe. That begins on Thursday, the 10th of March, ITV1.
That's next week. We've